Hello everyone, welcome to the Kino animated tier list. That's right, I'm finally reading off a list and then my animator can painstakingly put together clips. We're gonna start right off, just gonna open the list and here we go. Frozen 2, can you imagine it? We almost covered this one on Isakina, but now I'm doing it here, I guess. F for Frozen 2. It's actually shit, I'm sorry. It's just incredible how much time and money they put in, and then they just wrote this incredibly boring story that doesn't make any sense. And the first one too, everyone loved the first one. It's like, oh look, it's true love. It's two sisters. They're gonna break the curse with true love's kiss, but it's sisters. Who would have guessed sisters would love each other? Nope, they don't love each other because they barely spend any time together in the movie. One of them was locked up the entire time, and she didn't even want to build a snowman. There's no true love. And in this one, it's like, oh, now everything's going fine, but then we're gonna have some random bullshit where he's trying to propose, but nope, she's rude and she constantly interrupts him so he can't propose to her. Goddamn. And he still wants to marry her in the end. Fuck. Why does he do it? Can't he see what an annoying bitch she is? Just can't you stop interrupting? Just let me propose. Now I don't even want any more. Fuck. And I don't know, man. We got this whole fantasy world of all kinds of magical things in Frozen, but what's the point? None of it looks good. The story isn't great. There's like a million different fantasy worlds on this list that are better than Frozen. Like, for example, She-Ra, the Netflix original cartoon. I put it right in A. It's a really good show. I'm really hyped for it. I'm sure you heard all kinds of stupid idiots complain about it, but if complain about that it's too gay, are you kidding me? It's a spin-off of He-Man. It's the gayest show in the world. It's supposed to be gay. What do you want? You're not disappointed that they've ruined your childhood? You don't remember your childhood, right? And you were gay back then. Maybe you're still gay. Maybe you can't admit that you're gay for She-Ra. Why am I talking about gayness? She-Ra is a really good show. I like the characters mostly. I mean, sometimes they're cringy, but it's quite rare compared to other stuff. And they go on really cool adventures. And oh my god, the villains are just the best. Look at Frozen. What the fuck kind of villain do you have? Nothing. You got a twist at the end that some guy you've never known before is a villain? Oh, what? Really? That's the best you could do, Disney? You had such great villains in the past. Like I know that line from Lion King. Yeah, that one was pretty cool. He almost caught the mouse. Talking about Disney, next one is Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Putting it in B, it's really good. Is that really worse than She-Ra? Oh god, why did I make this list? Why did I make this list where I have to rate good shows less good? I can't put everything in S, can I? Well, Star vs. the Forces of Evil is pretty good, and unfortunately it just ended at some point. I don't know, I guess they reached some kind of climax. It's too bad that it's gone. It was really cool. She did all kinds of cool magic, and she's a Disney princess, I guess, so way better than Frozen. Oh no. Oh yeah, and the main guy is just like a random Mexican guy who just ends up going on adventures with this fantasy princess from another dimension. Curious. I wonder how that happened. I guess it makes sense. I mean, I guess it makes perfect sense. It could happen to anyone, really. It's magic. Talking about magic! Next up is Steven Universe. S for sure. It's so fucking good. Not just because it starts with S. Steven Universe is just amazing. And they just made that movie. Steven Universe the movie, who would have guessed? And it's a musical, and it's probably the best musical I've seen in ages. I've watched it several times. Way better than Frozen. Frozen's a musical, but I can't bang to this. This is no good music. It's all just talking about some stupid bullshit. But Steven Universe is just great. So hard to even describe, to do it justice. I can't wait for the next season to come out. What will happen next? I guess we got grown-up Steven. But I guess if you don't know where to get into, should you watch the movie or should you watch the show? I guess you might want to... That's a really hard one. I guess watch the movie because it's really good and also it recaps all of the show. But then you could watch the show anyways because the show doesn't really get ruined by the fact that it has spoilers. Who cares about spoilers? Steven Universe isn't an action-packed, thrilling stuff. It's about a little boy growing up and becoming a hero, but not a hero that punches people, but instead a hero that hugs people, and it's great. And you should watch it. Alright, next up is My Little Pony. Oh my god. And then Disenchantment. I put them both in C. Yeah, My Little Pony just had a finale, and it was... alright. It was alright. I don't know, I guess they're gonna reboot it eventually. I don't know why. I guess that makes sense. I guess they ran out of stories they could tell. They had a great finale where it all made sense, where all the friendships they made along the way actually were useful in the end. they actually all stood together just like it was Lord of the Rings, and they all fought together. Oh, jeez. That's pretty cool, I guess. Why didn't you just tell me all along that the point of friendship was to have a military alliance? I would have been up for that. You should have said that right away. Military is magic. Nah, but it was still pretty good. And then Disenchantment, it's kind of meh, but it's also really interesting. I guess the problems is when there's the patent Matt Groening humor. I don't really stand it that much, but I guess the story they're telling is pretty cool. And the second season was definitely better than the first. Yeah, there were some good things that happened, some enjoyable things. I recommend Disenchantment, even though I only put it in C. Next up is Hilda. I just one day found out it's on Netflix. They made a show about a little girl that lives in what appears to be Finland or any other of those Slavic countries, and then there's trolls and all kinds of mythological creatures that you don't usually hear from because they're, well, I mean, I guess they're specifically from that country. I don't even know what country it is. Maybe it's all the countries from that area. So you got really specific creatures like a hairy beast that lives in your walls. Oh god, how does it live in your walls, you might wonder? Well, we actually have a magical explanation for that, because we actually go into the space behind your walls. But it's not just like in a wall. The wall is actually a portal, and it leads to all the other spaces in the wall, in the house. Like, it leads to under the sofa and behind the fridge and all kinds of stuff, and all those portals connect to a world that is where this little monster lives, and it doesn't really do anything bad. It's just a nice little monster that's there in your walls, and sometimes it takes like stuff that you lose in your house and you'll never get it back. And yeah, it's just some creature that lives, and then oh no, there's conflict. It turns out these creatures have been evicted from their homes because they're blamed for things being stolen. Did they steal it? They seem like assholes, but then again, they were just there. They were just minding their own business. What does it all mean? Well, you should find out, because it's a nice little story, and it's probably like the most wholesome show ever, and it's just nice to watch, and the character designs are beautiful. Look at those trolls with their iconically long noses. That's cool. They turn into rock. I guess they always rock, but they come alive when there's no sunlight. Oh man, yeah, you should watch Hilda. That's a real good one. What did I put it in? Surely not C. Oh god, I put it in C. No, put that in B at least. There, changing it right now. B. Alright, next up, Castlevania. Now that's a good one. Another Netflix show, I think. Yeah, probably. I don't know where I saw it. So it's based on the popular video game, obviously, but not the new one, because that one apparently wasn't that popular. I don't actually know. It may have been based on a new one. So anyways, we got well, all kinds of monsters attacking towns, and then apparently it's all because of Dracula, and Dracula apparently lost his wife or girlfriend or whatever, and now he's seeking revenge. And we got all kinds of pretty cool vampires that all have a pretty cool personality, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing what happens next. Too bad there's only like very few episodes coming out, and that was last year. I don't know if they're even gonna make one next year or this year. I don't know. Give me more Castlevania. All right, B, I guess. Yeah. Next up, Dragon Prince. Yeah, that one's definitely a Netflix one. Lots of Netflix stuff. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's B. It's a mystical adventure of a guy and an elf, and they have to travel the world to escort the Dragon Prince to the place where he will be ruler maybe one day. But oh no, there's all kinds of villains, and they use dark magic, and the magic is actually really cool, unlike in Frozen. Yeah. Oh, and the boy learns some magic, even though it's some kind of arcane art that he's not supposed to be able to do. Oh no! If only humans could have done magic all along, they wouldn't have had to resort to dark magic that makes them into disgusting black zombies. Oh well, maybe next time. Maybe you could save the day. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything here. Next up, B, Goblin Slayer. Yeah, that's my kind of anime. That's probably the only anime I put on. I got fairly restrictive selection for shows here. I only choose animated stuff that I saw fairly recently. So here you go. That's why those weird choices are on here. So Goblin Slayer is actually amazing, and well, if you're a little bit politically interested and you watch a lot of reviews of shows, then you will know that it may or may not be Nazi propaganda. And I'm sorry, I just gotta say, that just makes it more interesting to me. So there's these goblins that are just pure evil, and the Goblin Slayer, he just wants to kill them all. He wants to make a genocide. And you may say, I mean, obviously, you want to kill all the orcs in Lord of the Rings too, don't you? Oh, but these goblins, they're actually small. They're no threat to anyone, and all the other adventurers, they don't want to kill them. Almost as if they have some kind of conspiracy behind them. And they got long noses, and they're small and green. And they and they enact white replacement by rape of women that then have goblin children. I think that's the only way they reproduce. So you could see how that has all kinds of pretty bad meanings if you want to have some real world associations between immigrants or Jews. So that's terrible. But I can't look away. I must know what happens to the Goblin Slayer. Will he enact the final solution to the Goblin question? I must know. But I don't know. It's real enjoyable. I guess it's a guilty pleasure, or maybe it's an evil pleasure. Maybe I'm evil all along, recommending a Nazi cartoon. Or maybe the leftists just read too much into it. I don't know. Maybe it's just regular goblins, and they just want to have goblin sex. They just want to have goblin rape. I don't know. It could happen. I mean, who knows? Next up, Voltron. It's a Netflix show, and it sucks. Put it in F. I can't stand it. The characters are fucking horrible. Every time they're on screen, they fucking annoy me. Kill them now. Kill them with fire. I don't want anything to do with this show. Fuck it. Fuck Voltron on Netflix. Next up, Final Space. It's also in space. It's also about cocky people going into space and having adventures, but it's actually good, and it's on Netflix. Just like Voltron, that was also on Netflix. So Final Space, B, it's pretty cool. Next up, something else with aliens. Home, The Adventures of Tip and O. It's very wholesome. I can very much recommend it, but I put it in C because, well, I don't know. I just have to space this list somehow. Can't put everything in S, I guess. I enjoy watching it, but I can see how it's not for everyone. Maybe it's a little bit too boring, but the characters are never too annoying. They're never too stupid. If you watch Voltron, the characters are just too fucking stupid. But in that one, they're pretty cool. They get what's going on eventually, even they're just some weird, sometimes perverted aliens that just do bizarre things. And I don't even mind that they didn't get the main voice actor who did Sheldon Cooper. He did the alien in the movie, and he didn't do the alien in the animated series on Netflix. Fine with me. I like the new voice better, anyways. Next up, DuckTales. One word. The previous series, DuckTales, was called DuckTales. This one's called DuckTales. One word. In case you're gonna look it up, put it in B. It's a good show. Yeah, you thought you'd never see the three ducklings having a smartphone, calling the Donald. Maybe they didn't call the Donald. He's still kind of old school, but they're hip with the youth. They got 3 distinct personalities. Holy shit! It took them, I don't know, how long have they been around? It took them that long to get distinct personalities. Curious. They were just triplets, right? They weren't distinct in any way, but now they sure are. They got 3 different voice actors, and well, they definitely do different things. And it's great. It's a pretty good show. They go on nice adventures. And, you know, I just can't hate a show where the main character is a rich guy who wants to hoard all his money, okay? That just speaks to me. It's very relatable. DuckTales made it a B, I guess. God, I wish I could rate all these shows higher, but then there wouldn't be a tier list, would there? That's why I'm so harsh on Frozen, because it's just so far behind the other shows on this list, which are really good, except for Voltron. Yeah. Alright, next up, Venture Bros. Put that one right in A. It's just really good. It's been around for ages. It's still coming out, even though the seasons are pretty rare. Sometimes it takes like 3 years between seasons, but whenever it does come out, it's pretty good. Even though I don't know how I've been so patient. I want to know what happens already. Oh god, what if the ending sucks? What if the ending sucks? It's been so long. It's been coming so long. This is what it must be like to be a Star Wars fan. I'm just kidding, I love Star Wars. Alright. Yeah. Venture Bros, it's just some crazy superhero villains and superheroes. But they can't just go and fight each other. There's rules to be observed, because the villains have made a guild. And there's a guild of heroes too, but somehow these 2 guilds don't seem to be attacking each other. They just seem to be outlining rules between how they should handle each other. Isn't that weird? Well, I guess it sure is weird that they've taken superheroes and they've made them slaves to bureaucracy. Basically what happens to Marvel. Because now they got bureaucracy, and they from high up they say we're gonna include Black Panther and Captain Marvel even if they're shit. You put them in. Yeah, just like that. Only that Venture Bros is really good and enjoyable, and you should watch it. Talk about you should watch it. Rick and Morty. You better have watched Rick and Morty already, damn it, because it's the best show ever. S. Rick and Morty is S. S tier. Alright, next up. Gotta pick up some speed here. Alright, C. Green Eggs and Ham is C. It's a good show about a book that was like 10 pages, but instead they made a season that's like 13 episodes, and there's a story that wasn't in the book. In the book it's just like, oh, you want to eat green eggs and ham? Maybe in this crazy scenario, maybe in this crazy scenario. And that's just it. But in the show, oh god, it's just these 2 characters. And, oh, you want to eat green eggs and ham? No? Okay, I'll leave you alone till the next, 3 episodes. Who cares? But meanwhile, let's go on an adventure. How about... Well, actually, I guess they just incidentally end up being in the same place for the first time, but then in the end they forge a meaningful friendship. And in the end, will he eat the green eggs and ham? Well, I guess you probably guessed that he does. But yeah, it was good. It was a really good show. It's not at all about green eggs and ham. Oh boy. Next up, BoJack Horseman. It's alright. It's also C. I mean, I guess I want to... I guess it's pretty good, but also... I never know how to feel about it. Yeah, that's BoJack Horseman for you. I mean, it's got really good jokes, good storytelling. And everyone really likes it, and I really like it. That's why I'm putting it in C. You watch the other stuff on my list, tell me if that's not better. Next up, South Park, also C. It's alright, it's coming... watching it every day. No, every time it comes out. I've seen every episode, I guess. It's C. It's alright. Next up, Archer. C as well. He went to space. Every season they do some different crazy hijinks, and it's pretty good. Yeah, it's got some cool adventures, even though he's pretty annoying at times. But he's still redeeming. I don't know. I guess he's still really cool. I guess that last season was pretty good. I didn't like the one before that, but this one was alright. It got all kinds of sci-fi themes. They just parody a bunch of shows that also happen, but they do it in a pretty interesting way. Kind of like Rick and Morty, but not nearly as good. Next up, The Adventures of Gumball or something. C as well. It had a finale. It was kind of meh. Actually, fuck it. Let's put it in E. First one to be in E. Gumball. It's got pretty cool animation, but the characters are pretty annoying. Even though it's pretty cool at times, but I don't know. Sometimes they just annoy me. Sometimes you just know what an episode's gonna be about, and it's just gonna be about that for 10 minutes, and it never becomes anything more. I don't know. It's alright. I'm harsh on it, but it's alright. Next up, Carmen Sandiego. F. It's really good, but then, I mean, I guess the animation's really good, but then the story's also kind of good, but then the characters are just really annoying and shit. And I can't watch it. It's F. It's really rare that I don't watch an animated show to the end. It's only Voltron and Carmen Sandiego, I guess. Even though I might watch Carmen Sandiego at some point. It's not nearly as bad as Voltron. Yeah. Right. Now for what you've all really wanted to hear about, I suppose. Stuff on YouTube. Has-Been Hotel. Oh boy, everyone's been like, oh, you should watch Has-Been Hotel. Okay, fine. I watched it, it annoyed me. The characters, they're all really, really annoying. They're like, I'm an asshole. Me too, I'm an asshole, but I don't like you, even though you're just like me, because I'm the bigger asshole. No, I'm the bigger asshole. That if you watch it, it's basically that. But then I watched it again, and I guess I still liked it somewhat. It's got some pretty cool voice acting and like 2 or 3 cool characters, so I'm putting it in E. I've written down C here, but I'm putting it in E, fuck it. Next up, Little Runmo. Oh my god, you should definitely watch Little Runmo. If anything, it's just a 10-minute YouTube video. You should watch it, it's great. Little Runmo. I'm not even gonna spoil anything, or... It's just a guy that's in a game, and... I don't know. Is the game real? Is the guy real? We'll never know, but he sure has some wacky adventures. Watch it. It's Little Runmo. I'm putting it in A. And... and there's another guilty pleasure of mine, which is called Dead and Gone. It's a music video by a band called Twisted, spelled wrong. And I can't stop watching it. It's like some crazy clowns that just kill things, and then they're animated in grotesque ways, and I just love it. I watch it over and over again, and that's why I put it in C. The best animation ever. Dead and Gone. It's just some crazy Juggalo spin-off animated show. I don't know. It's just a 5-minute YouTube video. Why would I put that here? I don't know. I can't stop watching it. You tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of all of these. Bye!